If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? Don't you still amaze me?
What's up, everybody? This is another episode of Better Than Static. As you can tell, if you're watching the video, that we're missing somebody tonight, and that's Chris. Chris isn't feeling so hot, so just keep him in your prayers. But
the show must go on.
The show must go on. I'm your host tonight, as always, Tyler, and I got still with me
Lucas.
So that's good. We still got Lucas.
If that is a good thing, I don't really know.
I think it's kind of good, because I mean we had a huge experience last week.
That's
together.
true. We talked about that.
Did we already talk about? We've been doing a lot of networking stuff. We talked about that a couple episodes ago.
I think so.
But last weekend, me and Lucas went to the Cincinnati Comic Expo, and that was a super cool experience. The doc should be up probably around Tuesday, so you'll be listening hopefully on Monday because that's when the show's published. But hopefully the doc will be like a couple days after this episode. So just be on the lookout for that on our YouTube page, and it'll be audio and video. So it'll only be up on YouTube because it's not very good just plain audio. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we got to interview some cool people, and you should check out that mini documentary we did to find out more into nerd culture / pop culture.
More nerd culture,
definitely
than pop culture.
More nerd culture, but I mean we focus on kind of both.
Yeah.
Because I mean we're most of the topics are shows or movies coming out that we're gonna talk about tonight for the most part. So let's just roll into that. I mean, on the topic last weekend, we watched Kingsman last weekend.
Yeah, and now that I've had time to let it stew, I'm not afraid to say that I was extremely disappointed in the movie.
See, okay, so tell the audience how you felt when we came out of the theater.
Disappointed, but not as much as I am at this point.
But start off from that point, why you're disappointed.
Okay, so it goes back to the first movie. The first movie was amazing. It was action-packed, fun, one of the best fight scenes that I've seen, like just the brawl in the church from the first movie. It was over the top, but not so far over the top that it was making fun of itself.
Okay, yeah.
And in this one, without any spoilers or whatsoever, I'm going to try to be as vague as possible, but it felt like it tried to one-up itself in each of everything that it did. It brought back the same jokes with camera winks and just stuff that did not make the first movie what it was. It just was more comedic than it was a good action movie.
And I guess like that, so you're more disappointed now, and that's just you've had more time to elaborate that stuff, right?
Yeah, because I realized what it could have been.
Well, I mean, it could have been the first one made over, which would have still been great.
Well, I'm not asking for that. I think a different story, building on characters and all that, where there were, well, I don't know if this is a spoiler or not, but there's only like 3 characters from the last movie come over to this one.
Yeah, that's true.
And it didn't feel like, if they called it something other than Kingsman, it still would have made sense to me.
Yeah, I think they moved too quick from the first one. Like, I mean, the plot for this one was good. I liked the plot. Like you said, it was a little flashy, too many nods at the first one, but still the plot was solid, the villain was solid. Julianne Moore did awesome, I thought.
Yeah, she did.
But and I'm not disappointed with him. I enjoyed it. It was it was thoroughly entertaining. I would definitely watch it again. But like you said, too flashy, and it's very abrupt. It's a very abrupt change from the first movie to this movie. I think if there would have been, let's say, a second Kingsman that wasn't this one, that you actually get to focus on the Kingsman. And in the previews, they hint at there's more than just the Kingsman
Well, yeah. I mean, through the Statesman and all
Yeah,
that.
and I don't know. I wanted more of a development on Kingsman because in the first movie you didn't get to learn any characters besides Eggsy and Harry and Roxy. Well,
Merlin
and Merlin. And that, I mean,
and Samuel L. Jackson.
well, I mean, I'm talking about in the Kingsman. I'm talking about in the Kingsman.
Okay, I gotcha.
And there's, there's 13 Knights of the Round Table and then Merlin, right?
Yeah.
So we got 4 characters. There's at least 9 more that you need to elaborate on, I think, or at least give a part in the movie.
I mean, yes and no. I feel like if you get it too convoluted, it kind of loses something. That's with the Avengers, Justice League, all that. Once you have point in case, Suicide Squad, too many characters trying to be introduced in one movie.
Exactly.
I could see potentially having like team ups here and there. Think of, I'm going to get this wrong. I think it was Moonraker, 007 movie. They had James Bond, which 007 and 008, I think, team up for a mission in that.
It's like at the...
Spoiler,
Isn't that at the
008
beginning?
is he double crosses them.
That's a big... It's in the... no, I don't know.
I don't remember.
There's
It's
one
been
where it's
forever.
007 and another agent, and like the one dies. It's a Pierce Brosnan one, so I know you don't
no,
like
I
it.
didn't-
But
I try to remove those from. I think it's Roger Moore actually, and that's another one that I try to remove from memory. So
well, hey, we're gonna talk about Pierce Brosnan a little later, so
Yeah.
there's something to remember for full circle stuff. But I don't know. I like the Kingsman series. I think it's cool. I really want to read the comic of it that it's based off of. But all in all, I think I would recommend to go see it because like I said, it's entertaining, good plot, I think, and for me, not saying Lucas nitpicks, but he's definitely detail oriented when it comes to a movie, and I'm more of big picture. Are there any plot holes, or is there anything that didn't make a fluid story? Now, some of the flashy stuff didn't make a fluid story, but like it wasn't as impactful.
see, it took me completely out of it.
But here's the thing, you're kind of nitpicky.
I know, I understand that, and I give you that. But for me, my movie going experience, whenever I see a slow motion Elton John drop kicking dude,
You just spoiled like the
stopping-
whole movie for him.
That's not the whole movie. If that's the whole movie, it's a terrible movie. Because that was probably the worst scene in the entire movie.
But let's try not to get too specific about.
I'm not. So, and then he stops, looks at the camera, smiles and gives a wink, and then finishes the drop kick. That just completely just the entire end scene just was it ruined it for me because I was like, this is just
Well, here's the thing.
stupid now.
If stuff like that doesn't bother you, I'm not saying you'll love the movie. I'm saying you'll be more like me and still think it was entertaining. And
Yeah. There were just too many like, hey, look what we did.
I mean, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You
And
remember
then-
whenever we did this from the first one?
And there's like Marvel movies do that.
Do I like Marvel movies?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying that is a movie people like, though. That
I
like
know,
those
I
movies
know.
are things people like. So, you see those in those movies, and you still like those movies. You will
Yeah.
like The Kingsman.
And by saying this, I'm not saying that this is a bad movie whatsoever.
No, it was like we decided to go at like 9:00, and we were
Yeah.
killed when we left, but we still had fun, and
Yeah.
it was still entertaining.
Yeah, like I still had fun watching the movie. Whenever I say I'm disappointed in it, I'm saying it should have been a whole lot better.
Yeah, I mean, it should have. It could have been a whole lot better.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So that movie's already out. Let's talk about some of the next movies that are on their way out. Which one of them is already out? It came out this Thursday, so you'll be watching or listening on Monday. It'll have come out the previous Thursday, and that's American Made with Tom Cruise.
Oh, I didn't know that came out this weekend.
Yeah, we should go watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
But this kind of, it's on a trend. I wanted the whole show to kind of focus on this trend, not the whole show, but some of the show, to focus on a trend of more older actors getting some more entertaining and action-packed parts. Like, I talked about Pierce Brosnan. We're going to talk about him a little bit. Him and Jackie Chan have a movie come out called The Foreigner, and that's super action-packed. And it's not like, what's the movies with Chris Tucker? Or not Chris Tucker.
Rush Hour.
Rush Hour. It's not a Rush Hour.
No,
that
it's
Jackie
a
Chan
very
is known
serious
for.
looking.
It looks really good. And Pierce Brosnan is, the bad guy. He's a mob boss, basically, right? For the Irish mob?
He's actually in British intelligence.
British intelligence. We might have just ruined stuff for him.
It's in the trailer.
Okay. But it looks good. If you
look
have
really
not
good.
watched the trailer for that, go watch it. It's called The Foreigner.
It kind of reminds me of a take on Taken.
Yeah, kind of, except instead of like, I'll hunt you down and kill you, it's like, or for like taking my daughter, I'll save my daughter. This is in the trailer, so it's not a spoiler. Jackie Chan's daughter dies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how, but she dies, and he hunts down what happened. But he also doesn't make the cheesy phone call of, hey, I have a certain set of
That
skills.
phone call is amazing.
That's debatable. I think it's so cheesy.
It's awesome. It's cheesy now because everyone made fun of it the entire, after it came out and all that. But whenever, the first time watching the movie, you're like, oh, yeah, this dude is dead.
Well, and I don't know how they're going to reveal Jackie Chan's character in the movie. But dang, he looks pretty bad, eh?
Yeah. He's up there, too. So him doing all his...
I'm sure he does all of his own stunts.
Oh, yeah, he's famous for it.
Yeah. So, there's some stuff you're like, man, he can still do that?
Yeah. I mean, him being older now, he might have changed that policy, but I know back in the day, he always did his own stunts.
But that's a movie I'm definitely looking forward to. Speaking of, okay, so back to American Made. Speaking of people that do their own stunt, Tom Cruise does all his own stunts.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, it's not really action-packed, but it's kind of action. It's like...
It'll have some action in it.
What kind of genre would you say that is? Like heist-esque?
Biopic?
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. So, Tom Cruise is a pilot, usually flies for a commercial airline. But in this movie, he gets hooked up with the CIA or something and is a pilot for them to get some kind, is it cocaine across the border and stuff?
Yeah, to run drugs.
To run drugs. So, he's flying. He'll probably have a couple fight scenes in it.
I mean, I don't know,
It's not going to be like a Mission Impossible movie where he's, kicking butt all the time.
No, I think it'll be more of a... I don't know how I would explain it. I'm going to say Argo, but...
Okay, that's... similar style, but different plot. Okay.
Yeah, different plot. Kind of where there's, all the riding and fighting and all that stuff's happening outside, but it's not going to be the main focus of the movie. It's not going to be an all-out action,
Yeah.
There might be maybe one or two,
I'm sure he'll throw some punches. I'm sure there won't be any kicks or his
karate.
Yeah,
or
he won't do that. But he seems to be kind of a country guy, so there'll definitely be some punches.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting to watch that this weekend. Hopefully, if we can make it out, because I think it'll be good. I don't know what it is about me, but anything that has to do with running drugs, I watch that TV show Snowfall and all that other kind of stuff like that. So I'm definitely gonna watch that. The next movie that kind of has an older guy in it that I kind of want to talk about is Death Wish, and that has Bruce Willis in it. And when we were in the theaters, I'm like, this can't be Unbreakable. I thought this was going to be Unbreakable sequel, and I'm like, no, there's no way.
Isn't he in a wheelchair in Unbreakable?
Yeah, I think so.
He is. I know he is.
It's been a while since I've watched that.
Yeah. But Death Wish, I'm pretty excited for it. I mean, anything with Bruce Willis, I'll go watch. Basically.
It's a shoot 'em up movie, and it's not going to be a John Wick shoot 'em up movie. So don't if you're into that stuff, don't really get your hopes up for that. But it is a vigilante kind of thing.
It is a vigilante.
Yeah. And
Where
it's not. It's kind of like Red. Like I think it's like Red.
I don't think so.
I think it's gonna have some of the comedic humor that Red had.
I would disagree with that simply because I hope it's not.
Well,
But
did you like Red or no?
I like the first one,
Yeah, I like the first one too. The second one, I mean,
but it's an action comedy movie.
yeah.
This,
This will
I
not be an
feel-
action comedy. It will not have as much comedy, but I think it will still have some.
I mean, it'll have a few like comedic relief parts. I mean, it showed the scene in the trailer with him with his therapist talking about, you should keep doing what you're doing. And
It's
he's
working.
going around killing people. Like
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a lot darker. At least I hope it is. Kind of more story driven versus just an action comedy.
Well, when the trailer opens up, it looks like it's going to be dark, I think, and then you get more into it, and like it makes him happy to kill the people. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's. Have you ever watched? I think it's called The Equalizer with Denzel.
I want to
Washington?
watch that so bad, and it was on this week, and I had to. I forget where I had to go, but I couldn't
You can't
it.
watch it on TV.
Well, I mean that's all I got.
Yeah, that's disappointing. But it is, I guess, a similar kind of string along with it. He is an ex-hitman.
Mm-hmm. See, I picked up that because I watched what was on TV. It was he was in the hospital talking to one of the I guess ladies I don't know. She was a sex slave. Yeah. So it was just after the one got beat up, and then he goes into the Russian club, I guess, and beats down some guys. So that's the extent of what I watched. I was hoping to watch more of it, but I think I got called for dinner. I was eating dinner at my sister's house.
Gotcha. But the similar trope that I could see Death Wish having is that his character can't sleep. Like he's
Insomniac.
yeah, unless he kills people. Whenever he kills people, he sleeps like a little baby. And he tries to stop. Something happens. I won't get too far into it, but he tries to stop to become a better person and live a good life. And then things happen. And I'll just leave it there because it's a good movie. I liked it. I haven't watched it since high school or whenever it came out, but I liked it back then.
Okay, nice. I'm gonna bring in Michael Keaton into this because I mean another older gentleman that is getting some more movies like Spider-Man action, like superhero action. Like he didn't really do many fight scenes like action hero, but like it was still an action movie, like superhero movie. But then American Assassin, he does get some of the fight scenes. It's more of training stuff, and then he also does like mission organization and logistics, and it was really good. I watched it. I think we talked about it in a past episode. I think it was 2 episodes. No,
this past one. I
think. The last one that we put out there, and it was Dylan O'Brien did great. So what I'm wanting to show with this movie is like we do have these younger action stars like Dylan O'Brien come in. Like he'll have another Maze Runner movie, and he was an American Assassin. But do you think like that's the only young guy?
I was about to
Shoot
bring
'em
this up. So I've noticed a trend, not just these 3 movies, well, at least for me. There is a gap that needs to be filled with an action star, like a legitimate action star.
Yeah, like someone like Tom Cruise to do Mission Impossible, or like Daniel Craig did it but Daniel Craig's still kind of older with 007.
But like, I'm talking about like a Bruce Willis or a Stallone or like.
Well, you look at all these movies that came out. I mean, John Wick's still pretty recent. John Wick 2 is still a pretty recent movie.
But Keanu Reeves is old.
Like, there's such a big gap. And Ryan Gosling did kinda not really shoot him up, but like in Drive, wasn't he?
Drive is, I would not, it's an action movie, but it is, there's not a whole lot of action in it. It is more story driven. There's a few just all out beat down scenes, but it's not like fist flying and him blocking, like getting beat up and shooting and all that stuff. I mean, he stomps a dude's face in an elevator. Like, I mean, that's basically it.
And I mean, he's going to be in Blade Runner 2049, but that's not going to. I mean, it will have some fight scenes, I'm sure, but it will be probably slower like the first one and not be just boom, 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 boom. Like, you know, who is a. I mean, Taron Egerton tries to do it, but he's more of the comedic action. Who's that? That's Eggsy, right? Taron Egerton plays Eggsy from Kingsman.
Yeah, you're right.
And then, Dylan...
Which that's Kingsman is the only thing I've seen him in.
Yeah. Maybe he might...
I mean, he might do some British stuff that I just haven't seen.
He'll probably be in some kind of Netflix movie that's action-packed, too.
I don't know. Possibly.
And I had a thought and I lost it.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're completely fine. But what young actor like Taron Egerton or Dylan O'Brien would you see as filling into those?
See, I haven't watched American Assassin yet, but it would be hard for me to see. Let me rephrase that. It would be hard for me to believe Dylan O'Brien as an action star.
He's really moody and his movies are going to be more dark.
He's too pretty.
I don't know. He grows out a beard in American Assassin kind of. I'm not saying it makes him look tough, but it takes away it makes him look a little more rugged.
Okay, I got you. And I think that's why, even the Hemsworths, that's who I thought would have taken it on.
Well, what's the younger Hemsworth's first name? Liam was in Expendables 2. Or no, he's in Expendables 3.
He was in the second one.
Oh, he's in the second one? Okay.
He died in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
And I thought he was gonna roll into an action star, and then he didn't. And then in the third Expendables, they got younger people, but
they were
all bad actors.
Ronda Rousey and yeah, no, there's just, I don't know. I'm sure it'll happen. Somebody will come along and it'll just be oh my gosh, this is amazing. And I think the Taron Egerton, I think what made him such a good, I guess, action star in Kingsman is because it was so stylized.
Yeah.
Because, you think...
Because he's not very rugged, but he fits the style that they had with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he could fall... I don't know. It would be however the movie introduced him, I guess.
Right. But, the whole premise of the Kingsman is a bunch of gentlemen.
Yeah, exactly. So
they kind of blend in. You don't really expect anything from them, but then they're crazy.
I tell you who I want to be. He's still not super young, but Chris Evans. I would like him to be in action.
He's been in some.
He was in The Losers.
I haven't seen The Losers. Have you seen Snowpiercer?
No, I've not seen Snowpiercer.
It's pretty good.
Is he in that one?
It's really good. Yeah, he's the lead in that one. I think he... No.
Are you sure he's the lead in that one?
In Snowpiercer?
I'm going to look that up.
The train? With him on the train?
I'd not seen Snowpiercer, so I don't know.
Yeah, he's the lead in that one. I'm pretty sure he directed it.
Well, if it's good, maybe good. Chris Evans could do more of that stuff.
Yeah. He
you're right.
to...
You're right.
Did he direct it?
I don't know about directing, but
Okay.
No, director was Bong Joon-ho.
Okay, maybe not. I knew it was a
But he was also in the movie.
Uh,
He's also been in some other stuff, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'll have to go watch that one to see
It's
how
on
Chris
Netflix.
Evans did.
It's really good. It's got a very interesting premise.
But I keep running through my mind. I'm like, who else could do it? Who else could do it? And
Right.
then
There's
I
nobody
hit
there.
Hugh Jackman. I'm like, well, Hugh Jackman's old.
Hugh Jackman's he's really old.
but it's still looking good.
Yeah. But even him, like, his action person would be Wolverine.
Exactly.
Like that. He's kind of got pigeonholed into that
Yeah,
in the
'cause
action genre because that's just he's played it for 17 years now.
And then you had like Jason Statham, still old,
Yeah.
but super good. Here's the thing:
love
is
Jason
there just a
Statham.
gap in all actors, or is it just like action actors?
I think, okay, I know there's not a whole lot of these movies being made anymore, which is very disappointing, but there hasn't been a good, like, mob-esque actor, like a De Niro or a Pacino or something
That's
like
true.
that. Or like an action, like an all-out, like, action.
Which is sad because those are some of my favorite movies.
Yeah. I mean, De Niro and Pacino are two of my favorite actors of all time, if not my
Yeah.
favorite actors of all time.
Is Army Hammer old? The guy that played Lone Ranger?
Army Hammer.
That's his name, right?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Keep vamping.
What kind of name is Army Hammer?
I don't know. Yeah, that guy.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know? He was the lead Lone Ranger.
I never watched.
He was in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
That movie was not good. Henry Cavill could do a pretty good one.
That's okay. Yeah, there we
Henry
go.
Cavill. I don't know how old he is, but
I think he's either
he looks
early
tough
30s.
enough.
He's probably early
I would
30s.
think so. He looks tough enough to do something.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can move very well, but
I just thought of someone that they tried to get into the action scene. Who's the kid from Twilight that was the werewolf? Played Jacob.
God,
Taylor,
Lautner.
Yeah. That's it. They tried to get him, like, he was in the one where it was like parkour and he was like working missions and stuff. And then
He did. His parents were like training him to be a spy or something. Or I don't even.
yeah, I
remember.
I don't watch a lot of Taylor Lautner movies. I just remember they were trying to get him out there.
Yeah. Well, they came in and killed his parents or something like that, and then he had to go, and they were like trying to kill him because he was like the chosen one, or I don't even remember. It was something stupid, but again, he's too pretty. Like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I know
definitely.
he's a legitimate martial artist. Like, I understand that, but he just doesn't. He doesn't look threatening enough.
What's Milo from Heroes season 1? Milo.
He can't be a action star.
He could.
No.
Let me look him up real quick. Heroes season.
It's Milo something. He plays in the family thing on NBC.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I wonder how old he is. He was also in the second movie where.
He was in Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, but he was also in.
He played still.
Stop talking! I was trying to
Rocky's
think of the movie. It's the movie where like
Idiotic
all of Adam
Son.
Sandler's friends are back home for the summer or whatever.
Grown Ups.
Yeah, he was in the second Grown Ups.
I never watched that one.
Milo
The first one was so
Ventimiglia.
close enough.
He could do it. I think he could.
I don't
Just take
think
the
he's
mustache and give him some scruff.
I don't think he's a good enough actor.
Could Zachary Quinto do it?
I could see Zachary Quinto.
Yeah.
I think I always seen this dude as Jason Statham's understudy, but he does all the Undisputed movies.
I don't even know the Undisputed movies.
Um,
You know who? Again, he's too pretty, but Chris Pine. Chris Pine could do some stuff, actiony, shoot 'em up movies.
yeah. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out this guy's name.
Undisputed.
Scott.
Scott, Clint Eastwood's son? Scott Eastwood?
No.
He's not that good of an actor. I'm sorry, Clint. You're a great actor, but your son's not. Oh, Michael B. Jordan could be a super action star.
I could see that.
They would have to, I don't know.
Scott Atkins, that's his name.
Scott Atkins?
That's right.
I don't know who that is, but Michael B. Jordan could be like the next Denzel Washington.
I would be okay with that.
That would be amazing.
The only thing you would know Scott Adkins for is probably the worst thing he's ever done.
What is it?
He played Deadpool in Wolverine.
Scott Adkins, that was Ryan Reynolds that played Deadpool and Wolverine.
He played the dude, but once he turned into Deadpool, like with the swords out of his hands and stuff, that was Scott Adkins,
So he was like Ryan Reynolds' stunt double?
pretty much.
Huh.
I'll show you a picture of it.
Yeah, that movie's not that great.
No, it's terrible.
But I guess here's the thing. Now that we've went through some young actors, there's not really an acting shortage for younger people. Like, you know, there's you got Tom Holland and, you know, Ryan Gosling does a lot of good movies that aren't action, but they're still great movies. Michael B. Jordan doing Creed. So that kind of disputes the thing that I was mentioning, that the age gap is not all movies, it's just the action genre. But here's the thing, I wonder how well those movies do in a box office now. Because, you know, if they're not doing it, there has to be a reason why. I don't know who that is.
He's in a lot of really like bad action movies. He was in a lot of them with Jason Statham, but
But do you I mean,
no, they're very talented young actors and actresses. I'm not saying that whatsoever. There's not really any action stars. Like I keep saying this, but they're too pretty.
well, here's another thing. The kid that played Baby Driver, he does a lot of,
Ansel Elgort.
yeah, I don't know his name, but I know that I like Baby Driver. Here's the thing, he's in a lot of, like, he was in a couple Nicholas Sparks movies, right?
Not Nicholas Sparks. He was in
Fault in Our Stars,
Fault
right?
in Our Stars,
I
which is
assumed
Jeff
that's
Green.
Whatever. How do you, I'm disappointed at you that you know that.
That I know who wrote Fault in Our Stars.
Yes.
Jeff Green. He also wrote Waiting in Alaska.
You need to
and
stop right
Paper
now.
Towns.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how that led me. Oh, Waiting in Alaska made me think of it. Another action movie with an older gentleman. Idris Elba is going to be in that one movie where they correct the plane. Who's the chick in that one? It's a blonde.
Charlize Theron.
No. Dang it, I don't even remember the name of the movie.
I don't know what movie you're talking about. I'm just excited for an Idris Elba movie that's not Dark Tower.
I wish it was good. I wish that would have been good.
I think it could have been if they didn't try to put 3 books into one movie. But
They always try to rush.
they did that with Miss Peregrine's too, and that made me really mad.
Well, I didn't watch that one, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I read the books, so
The Mountain Between Us. The Mountain Between Us is the movie with Idris Elba that's coming out. Let me find the female protagonist.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, audio listeners. Lucas just hit his mic.
Yep, I was scratching my head.
Who is that? Is it the chick that plays the villain in the new Thor movie?
Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Wow. Dermot Mulroney is going to be in that. Well, I don't know. I guess that's how you say his name, but it's the dude from The Wedding Date. I didn't realize he was going to be in there. He's not been in a lot of stuff here recently.
I feel like oh, yeah, I recognize that dude.
Yeah, he was in The Wedding Date.
I don't know what The Wedding Date is.
He was also in more stuff. I just can't think of it.
The Gray.
Oh, he's in The Gray. I didn't know that. Where's Liam Neeson been? What's he doing now?
He's like 90.
He needs to get on this old man action stuff. Not old. They're not super old. Jackie Chan's kind of old.
Do you know how old Bruce Willis is?
No, I have no clue.
I'd 70s.
Dang. I hope I look as good as these gentlemen when I'm their age. Because I look like crap right now. Hopefully I can get to that level. What are you doing? Are you Googling the ages?
I'm Googling his age. How old is Bruce Willis?
How long do you think Harrison Ford's going to be in Blade Runner 2049?
He's going to die.
I mean, I know he's going to die, but like...
He's 62. Bruce Willis is 62.
60, so not 70.
I mean, that's pretty old though.
I mean, yeah, but you're still 8 years off from
Yeah.
70.
Close
I want to
enough.
know how long Harrison Ford's going to last in Blade Runner 2042 or 2049. 2049. Yeah, I think I've said 2042 the whole episode up until now.
It's Death Race.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know how long he's going to last in the movie. Are they going to kill him off really soon, or is he going to make it to the halfway and then die, and then like Ryan Gosling's got to avenge him?
I don't know. I haven't watched Blade Runner in a long time. It's a very slow-paced movie, so it wouldn't surprise me if.
Don't watch the extended version because it adds like so much more time.
What adds all the monologuing kind
Yeah.
of stuff, which is
The monologuing is not necessary. You can get the gist of it.
it's not necessary, but it does. I would watch the theatrical version first, and if you like it, then watch the extended.
Do you think Jared
director's.
Leto could do action movies?
He was in Fight Club.
That's true, but like
He didn't do any action movie.
He's not done it. Well, I mean, he was the Joker, but like that's not.
That's also, he didn't do any action. He was.
I wonder if he would do action movies. Jared Leto, do action. I want to see you in an action movie.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because he can. Here's the thing: he can pull off any look that he does.
It's true.
Because like he looked like was it a male prostitute in Dallas Buyers Club, and he pulled that off. Awesome. That was the first movie I ever saw Jared Leto in. Well, no,
Transvestite. Was he?
Transvestite. That's what it was. That was no. I think I saw Fight Club before I saw Dallas Buyers Club, but I didn't realize Jared Leto was in it.
He's only in it for like.
He's
4
the dude they beat
scenes
up in the parking lot, right?
in the basement of the bar,
Okay.
where he says, "I want to destroy something beautiful,"
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
and he's also in American Psycho.
I didn't.
He's the one that gets his head bashed in with an axe.
Dude, he needs to get some. I guess this was like very early in his acting career. Like
It was. I mean, this
I didn't
was
realize
early
till 2
90s.
weeks ago that he was the lead singer for what is it, 30 Seconds to Mars?
Yeah, I had to rip that Band-Aid off for you.
We were driving to the car listening to their new song, "Walk on Water," and I go.
I started
"This
talking
song's
about
alright."
the Joker or something.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm like, how did you get on that topic? He goes, Jared Leto's singing right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
what? Mind blown.
Yeah, he was also in Mr. Nobody, which was a very, 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 very strange movie, but I kind of liked it.
I don't know, Miss. I don't think I've seen Mr. Nobody.
It's really weird. It's like 4 hours long too, like a drug trip.
Here's the thing: it's not scary, is it?
No.
Okay, good.
He's the last. Okay, so he basically lives in a time. He gets adopted and lives through this time, and he becomes the only.
There might be spoilers if you're wanting to watch Mr. Nobody and haven't yet.
No, this is just the very broad plot.
Okay.
There are no spoilers in this, but he lives to become the oldest and the last mortal man on Earth. They cure death, and it has to be hit at a certain age, and by that time he was like way too old to
get it.
to get it, and he lived to be like 130 or something, and the entire movie takes place from that perspective, telling a story to his nurse about his life growing up. And it's a very, 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 very weird movie.
Hey, I might have just thought of an action star that's young. The kid that's going to be in Ready Player One. He's not very pretty. He's got a huge nose and ginormous lips.
Oh, I guess we'll find out in Ready Player One.
Well, I mean that's going to be action.
It's an action. It's
gonna be
a
action?
lot of action.
Okay.
But he,
Isn't that a bunch of books or is it just one book?
it's just one book.
Okay, so I was about to say they might ruin it by trying to jam it all into one.
No, it's just one book, and it's not even a very long book. It's like 200 pages long.
Okay, good.
It's very good. I recommend it to anybody that one likes action movies, video games, or the 80s.
Definitely the 80s. There's so many.
There's a lot of 80s reference.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the entire book is referenced about. I mean,
Yeah.
or centered around is the 80s.
But maybe he could do it. He might be able to bring.
Possibly. It depends on how good he is at action.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Dang it, I had another thought. I lost my thought. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I hear random things in this room.
Yeah, it keeps popping over there.
It's so creepy. Because, like, we're the only two people in this whole... Well, I hope we're the only two people in this whole building. If Chris was here, we'd have 3 people in this building. R.I.P. Well, no, he's not dead. But he needs to rest.
Yeah,
so
he does need to rest.
So he needs to rest in peace. Oh, man. Speaking of action, what we've been playing here recently.
Oh, God.
We've started playing Minecraft again.
Yeah, well, you for the first time.
Yeah, me for the first time ever.
And me first time since, like, junior year of high school.
We were like, Chris is our leader in it, which is weird.
Chris played a lot of it.
Chris
a lot
has
more than I only
done-
ever played creative mode.
Chris has done a lot in Minecraft and like is very seasoned. And I think every time we try to do something, we're like, hey Chris, how do you do that? Or Chris, what do we do? Like, what do we need to do? Which might not, like, that doesn't come off as Chris.
Yep. I mean, we got to work together to build a world kind of thing. So
Here's the thing. So we need to tell them the whole reference of why Chris is the leader now. Because we had we started it playing and Lucas started it.
yeah, so I started it and we worked on it for 4 or 5 days.
Dude, I went and found this ginormous mine, got all this junk that we
Yeah.
could have used that would have been helpful.
We had found villages, got food, had farms, had starting to get animals. Like we were starting to get like
Big. We were starting to get like everything we needed to just start.
surviving
Yeah.
kind of thing, like without worrying about it.
Well, we were about to thrive because we're surviving pretty good in Chris's.
Yeah, but I mean, like to the point where everything is self-sustaining. Like if we need food, we can just go out and get it.
Yeah,
and
grab it, open it up a box and get it.
Right.
And then we open up to play one night on Lucas's
And my
world.
save data is gone. And
it shows on the.
it shows
start
on
screen.
the little, I guess, thumbnail is what you would call it. Because I saved it the night before we expanded our living area. I created a whole bunch of more storage boxes and furnace and all sorts of stuff. And whenever I saved and quit, that is what I was looking at. And on the little thumbnail, whenever you say "Start My World," that's what it shows. It shows all of that stuff. And whenever you load in,
I'm
it's
in a mine shaft.
all gone, all of it. And I mean, that was.
And we quit. We're like, all right, we're not going to go back and redo all this stuff. So we're scrapping over and starting new. And
Yeah,
Chris
just-
opened up the world. Which doesn't make much sense because we're doing all the same stuff over again.
Pretty much, but I mean, I think where we were so close to having it finished, not finished, but to a point where we could do other things, we were just like,
We were waiting for it like to find the stuff that we needed.
yeah, and we settled in a desert area. and
Which
there
was
were-
bad. We had to travel forever to find animals.
Yeah,
But here's
and
the
it was
thing.
just,
We had villages galore. Like we
Yeah,
could
there were
find
a
villages
ton.
all the time. But like the one that Chris made, we have animals galore and freaking monsters everywhere. I think there's just a crap ton of mob spawners like directly under the surface because I think I've died like 20 times in this one, and I think I only died twice in yours.
yeah,
Was yours on easy or was it on normal?
it was on normal.
I don't understand it. Like there's just too much variance
I
between
don't
the
know.
two.
But, and also, we searched for probably 3 or 4 hours last night. Maybe not 4 hours, but 3 hours for a village.
I mean, I got on at 8:30 once I got home from helping with church with the kids,
So,
and I stayed up till 10:30. So 2 hours.
2 hours. So 2 hours searching for a village.
We just got to do that other hour. That's what it is. We got to get
Yeah.
that third hour in there.
And I found 2 villages, and
They had nothing.
one of them was, they had nothing.
Well, the first
got
one we
some
found had one
potatoes.
chest. The first one we had one chest. I went and got it, and like it was just torches. Like it was a
Yeah.
bunch of crap that we didn't need.
And then the second village I found was in a snow biome, and everything was frozen. Like they had no farm. Like I couldn't steal anything from them. No chests, nothing. Like absolutely nothing. And I haven't found anything anything else yet, but maybe on.
Maybe if we get on tonight, which probably not because it's already 10 o'clock. I'm probably going to go to sleep when I go home.
Yeah. Also, I don't have access to my Xbox.
Yeah, because you're in town, so you don't have your Xbox. Well, you know what? I was thinking, I'm like, oh, he probably brought it home like I do when I go up to stay with him. But I go weeks at a time and not just for a couple days.
Yeah. I also don't have internet.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You're at the lake house.
Yep.
But that's what we've been doing. We've been playing a lot of Minecraft, which has been fun. Because you know how me and Chris bicker a lot on the episodes? It happens in the same thing on Xbox.
It does.
It's so fun, though. Looking back on it, it's fun. While it's happening, I'm like, Chris, I will murder you.
Shut up and let me do it.
Here's the thing. It goes from like us working together a whole lot and like asking each other, so what should we do now? Again, it's cooperation, and then it just immediately turns, I hate you so much.
Yeah.
I think Chris has threatened to unfriend me and block me on Xbox 5 times at least.
I think it's happened once or twice.
Well, that was when we were playing Rocket League. He hasn't done it while
that's right.
he can't do it while we're playing Minecraft, or I can't help.
Right.
I think I'm a more valuable asset in Minecraft than I am Rocket League.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I just run around and like, hey guys, wait for me. Hey, wait up. Oh, I'm dead. I'm sorry, guys. I lost all this crap I had.
Yeah. Like whenever you walked off a ravine.
I didn't walk off of it. I was jumping up, and then I jumped too far and just fell.
Yeah, just straight over, right in front of me. It was funny. I was just like
I legit yelled. I was like, ah!
It was pretty awesome.
And I lost like a bunch of iron and coal and just everything in the ravine. I tried to get Lucas to go after it, but he's...
I didn't have anything. I had a bunch of raw meat.
If you'd went after my stuff, you could have got a pickaxe.
It's true, but I would have had to have like jumped down it and hope I hit water.
It was all lava. Like,
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I don't have a bucket to get rid of the lava. And if you landed in lava, there was nothing left.
I was done. And then I tried to catch back up with them because they found this cool island with a lot of cool resources. And I left our camp and followed the shoreline that should have taken me to where they were. And somehow I had circumnavigated an island that we were on and ended up back at our camp.
Well, hold on. Let's tell this story right. So me and Chris find this island, and I get blown up by a creeper or something like that. So I spawn back at the camp, and I was just like, hey, guys, I'm just going to go off in a general direction, just randomly, one that we haven't went yet, and I'm going to look for a village. So I take off. I go up over a hill that's attached to the left side of our camp, and Kirby is swimming in the water right there, and he's like, man, and he had been going for like 20 minutes at this point.
It might have been more. I have no clue.
It might have been, and he was just over the other side of the hill, and I was like, Kirby, how in the world?
I don't know. I went right out of our camp. I went the exact opposite direction I ended up. So we must be on an island and not realize it.
But no, because if you just go, because
We cross that river. We cross a river if we go north, out of away from the water. But no, then I'd have to go through that river. I don't know. I have no clue because I didn't get turned around. I stayed on the. I don't know. It is a mystery to me, and I will find out sometime.
Yeah, you have to try it again and see if you do the same thing.
But we should try to get. We might try to do an episode on there if we can focus on talking points instead of the game.
Yeah. Because it's hard, because you have to concentrate on what you're doing, because it's not an easy game.
Because GTA, we just drive around in a car, but if we're in Minecraft, we're going to build stuff or mine stuff.
Right. I mean, if we get in a mine shaft or something, it wouldn't be too bad, because then you're just running around and
you're just
mining
digging
stuff.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, we'll see.
Hey, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
We need to do a couple other supplemental videos. We need to do that, what was the game we played that one time where we didn't realize that Twitch didn't automatically archive stuff?
Speedrunners.
We should do another speedrunners thing, because that's one that you can just stream from one Xbox and get footage and just hear us make fun of each other.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to sum this up right here, because there's a couple other Netflix shows coming out, but it's probably so far in the future we don't need to talk about it right now.
No. And the only other thing is the Watchmen HBO series.
Yeah. That is it. But I don't know anything about who they're casting or when it's coming out.
It's all pre-production at this point. I looked it up today just to see, but I am excited.
Did you like the movie? Did you like the Watchmen movie?
Yes, like it didn't like blow me out of the water or anything like that, but I enjoyed it. I like the Watchmen, so
Good. I liked it too. I read the graphic novel and watched the movie, and I liked. Spoiler: I'm not going to tell you the endings, but there's two different endings. So if you've watched the movie and not read the book, you need to read the book. It's cool. Both endings are neat. And if you read the book and not watched the movie, but if you've read the book, if you care enough to read the book, you're probably going to go watch the movie.
yeah. The only I don't know. The last, once Dr. Manhattan becomes Dr. Manhattan, I think the movie loses some stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind an early Watchmen thing. Like if the HBO series does early Watchmen, where you have a bunch of different factors. Like so, you can follow Dr. Manhattan's story and how he becomes Dr. Manhattan. You can follow the story of comedian and Miss Jupiter, Silk Spectre's mom, because there's a relationship dynamic there. And then you could also follow the madness of Ozymandias, because he sometimes goes mad. And then, what if it was from a Rorschach point of view?
A Rorschach movie would be really, really interesting. I would also like to see a comedian.
I don't think you're going to get those movies, but
I mean, you're not going to.
Well, I wouldn't mind to have some perspective pieces from the show. You know how Master Nun has some of those
non-season related or
what
dev,
if,
I think his name is.
Yeah, non-dev related episodes. Like you could do the show of all the aspects, and then have a episode that's dedicated to comedian or dedicated to Rorschach. Or
that's what I hope the series will be like. Is they will take an episode each to introduce the characters and kind of give them backstory and where they come from and all that, and then bring them together.
And that's something that's easier with a TV show too.
Yeah.
Because you're not having to fit it in 3 hours. Well, I mean, not many movies go past 2 hours now.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I'm very excited for it because I can't believe I'm blanking on the dude that wrote Watchmen.
Oh, is it Alan?
Alan
Morris? No. Alan Moore?
Alan Moore.
I'm gonna look it up.
I seriously can't believe
I can't either because he's one of my favorite authors too.
You're right. That's one of mine.
Alan Moore. Yeah, it's Alan
Moore.
Alan
Okay,
Moore.
thank you. Yeah.
I want to read his Swamp Things.
I do too. It'd be very interesting. I like a lot of.
We need to do a comic book. First off, we got to do the episode where we review the books that we got at the Comic Expo. Me and Lucas got books at the Comic Expo that we talked about in the doc that we're going to do book reviews on. So be on the lookout for that too. Mm-hmm. That'll probably be an episode, I guess. Or we could do supplemental video too. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll film it and see how long it is,
But we could test the waters for that. If you guys like that, then we'll do more comic stuff, which I love comics. So I'll do comics if you want me to do comics. Chris doesn't, but
I like weird comics though.
Here's the thing: I want to get Chris into comics, but Chris doesn't like to read.
Yeah,
he would. There's so many good books.
I don't know if he would fit the comic thing. I couldn't see him reading comics.
Here's the thing: he would fit, and this is the thing at the Cincinnati Comic Expo that you'd have to be there to know. But there's this thing called sci-fi speed dating. You should look it up. We wanted to sign Chris up so bad.
It would have been so
if he was there, we were going to sign him up. He would have been so awkward and then hated us at the end of it. Unless he found a girl. I think if he hadn't found a girl, then it'd been okay.
All for it, yeah.
But the booth at first, we first got there, because I didn't. This is not in the mini doc, and we didn't really talk about it. They had a booth, and when we first got there, there weren't many people there. They just had sign-ups for it. So it was just signing up for regular speed dating. And then somewhere throughout the day, they had a bunch of people dressed up which they were probably the expo goers that had cosplayed, and they were just like having a dance party in front of the booth, and I was just like, I am not about that. That's too much in my business.
My thing is, okay, so for the sci-fi speed dating, is it, because I know nothing about it, like absolutely nothing about it. I know what speed dating is, but the sci-fi aspect of it, is it just nerdy people that are dating, like speed dating, or are you speed dating as the person you're dressed as?
See, I like both of those because that would be so good. Because then you're having to act, but then the person that you're dating, like having the session with, is like probably judging on how well you're acting or how well you know your character, and that's what makes the relationship form.
See, I think it would be really, really funny to do the second, like to act who you're dressed as, because
We need. This is gonna sound really weird, but we need to go and sign up for sci-fi speed dating at the next expo we go to, or Comic Con or whatever. It's gonna be in a very immersive kind of thing, but we need to do it. We need to get some dirt on this. I'm not saying we have to dress up, unless you have. What if you have to dress up to do it?
that's what I'm saying. What if you have to be a character and
What's the easiest cosplay you could think of?
Smallville Clark Kent?
That is a good one. I was thinking maybe Rorschach, but that'd be hard to do.
Not super hard.
We could be the kids from Stranger Things.
Just wear like old clothes.
Yeah, we're from Stranger Things. Duh, get a gosh.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a very big dresser upper.
You could just go. Here's what you do. Your go-to Halloween is Michael Myers. Just go as Michael Myers and don't talk.
Just sit there and stare at them. Just.
And if they like try to prod you to talk, you just hold up a knife.
Yeah.
Well, not a real knife, like a fake knife. But
Yeah. I go and I just stand in the back of the room and just like stare out at everybody.
No, they're like, you should sneak up on me. Like they move the chair and they're like, well, where'd my partner go? And you just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There's so many good bits we could do with this.
I feel like they would not appreciate us.
They would not, because here's the thing.
Because they're trying to help out us antisocial nerds.
Well, I'm not antisocial.
I am.
Yeah, you are. You and Chris
I'm
both are.
very antisocial.
Here's the thing. I'm not antisocial, but if I don't know a lot of people, I'll make some subtle comments, and if people laugh, like that's how I feel the crowd out. If they don't laugh at me, I'm like, well, I have nothing else to offer. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
But I would here's the thing, I'm going to do the cosplay thing and act like my character, even if that's not the rules.
That would be funny.
Like, what are you doing? What's your name? My name is, I can't think. Ooh, like we Wash from Firefly.
Okay.
You've not seen Firefly.
No, I won't watch Firefly. I will not watch Firefly
It's
because
so good.
I don't want to watch a series that got canceled after the first season.
One of my favorite, well, not really favorite.
Have you watched the movie?
No, I'm not. Well, I'm afraid to. I'm afraid it'll ruin it.
Okay. See, I hate it whenever I find a series on Netflix that I watch and I don't realize that it's been canceled, and then it just ends with a whole bunch of open storylines.
Here's the thing. Firefly did that to me. Battle Creek did that to me. I thought Dark Matter did it to me, but they actually just put up a new season on Netflix, which I'm pumped. It's kind of like Firefly. It's like space-esque adventuring, but
It's more funny, isn't it? I watched the first 3 episodes.
Dark Matter?
Maybe not.
I don't think we're talking about the same show.
I couldn't get into it. Whatever show I'm talking about.
This one is
Like people waking up.
yeah,
on
that's
shit.
it. Yeah,
I thought it was supposed to be funny.
no, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be kind of a mystery. It's pretty good. You should actually.
I tried. I watched 3 episodes and couldn't do it.
I watched both the seasons that were out. I binge watched them. They were good. Here's the thing. So in that first episode, you're like, this isn't very entertaining. But you're like, I kind of want to know what happened to him. So you keep watching, and then you get hooked.
Gotcha.
But yeah, That's all I got. That's all you got?
Yeah.
Well, we really missed Chris this week. We hope you guys did too.
Yeah, Chris, feel better.
Yeah, hopefully he listens to this one. I want him to listen to it and then
Tear us down.
yeah, exactly. That's what he's good at. He tears us down all the time already.
Yeah.
But hopefully he listens to this and says, "Hey, I need to show up for the next one." Because
I mean, sometimes you can't.
yeah, I mean, no, I'm not saying he should have been here. I'm saying like
Yeah.
he'll miss being on
Right.
because I think he enjoys it.
I think so. I hope so.
If not, he puts on a really good act. But hey, guys, this has been it. Be on the lookout for the new doc. Tell your friends about us, share us, review us, like us, subscribe us. We're on Stitcher now, which is new, but I just found out the Stitcher I think is going down. I think it's
What, for real?
Yeah.
We spent all that time trying to get on it.
Well, I didn't spend a lot of time trying. I was just trying to figure out if like I had to do anything special for it, and they never emailed me back. But hey, we're on there now. Also, most of our episodes are Twitch streamable. We should probably start tweeting more about when we're about to do a Twitch stream where you can watch us live. But it won't be edited. You'll just be listening to us getting everything set up and stuff, and then going through the episode. But it still wouldn't be bad to watch. Like if you're into that kind of, if you're into streaming, we might try to figure out how to get comments open for that.
Yeah,
I don't know how, but we can try to figure that out.
Feed some questions.
Yeah, that would be more of a live
Yeah.
questions thing. Also, might try to do Facebook Live while we're setting up, and you can put your questions in there or something. One of the podcasters we met at the Cincinnati Comic Expo, they actually record their stuff doing Facebook Live. So we might try to do that to where you guys can interact with us live. If you're into that kind of thing, I don't know if you're into that kind of thing, but if not, if you are, we're trying for it. If not, you can still listen to us on all the regular
And if
platforms.
you do have questions, email us. And do all
Yeah,
that
if
stuff.
you have questions or want to recommend a movie, you can tweet at us at BT Static. Chris keeps up with that. That's a great way to talk to Chris and see how he's doing, how he's feeling.
Yeah.
You should definitely comment, or not comment. You should definitely tweet at him and say, "Hey, Chris, feel better. We missed you this week." And if you would rather talk to me about your question or movie recommendation, you can email us. Our email is btstatic.pod@gmail.com, or you can comment on Podbean. I think you send messages on Podbean, and I'll get to you there. You can't talk to Lucas directly because he's a ghost, but
I did re-download Twitter on my phone,
we might try to get him more active out there, guys. So
but it's really annoying, and I may delete it. So I am undecided.
you can tell that Lucas is very particular about his time and
Yeah,
details of things.
yeah.
But hey, guys, hopefully this episode's been better than static. We'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah,